Another Cardano hard fork right around the corner, ADA price on high alert. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe, hit that like on the way in. Let's jump into the video. This is the chart we're going to be looking at. We're going to dig into it. We're going to talk about these green rectangles that we've been tracking in relation to, in particular, the Vasil hard fork that's coming up and the data that is historically on these charts in relation to Cardano hard forks. These green rectangles that we've very enthusiastically have charted, the consistency that lies within those. Some compelling data I want to go over, and we're going to look at the general landscape of crypto, ADA price in general. But before we do, I want to lay the groundwork here. So 11 ways Cardano will scale in 2022. In case you're unaware, Vasil hard fork consists of one of those ways. It's pipelining, improves block propagation times by coalescing validation and propagation. This is a quote from Charles in this article. Founder Charles Hoskinson recently expressed positive expectations that the upcoming Vasil hard fork upgrade in June might provide a massive performance improvement to Cardano and its smart contract capabilities. So aiming for June 29th, scheduled for June 29th. And I just want to throw this out there. I have to go over this because I've just seen it. It's just been floating around. Cardano price nosedives as analysts argue Vasil hard fork is months away. I don't know where it came from, but once again, more Cardano misinformation floating around the internet, saying that Vasil hard fork is delayed. It's not delayed. I mean, as when I do this video, it's not delayed. So just such irresponsible crypto reporting, right? And it's just so crazy. Especially on Twitter, the community is huge in Cardano. The information is readily available. Accurate information is readily available in regards to what's going on with Cardano. So this was straight up not true, the Vasil hard fork being delayed. And I want to throw that out there because I'm seeing in comments people saying that it's delayed. It's not delayed. So one of just 11 ways Cardano will scale in 2022. So it's another hard fork, and it's a big hard fork. And if we go back to the weekly, we've been tracking big hard forks on the charts in relation to price. And before we start talking about this, I want to just get this out of the way. And hopefully many of you will see this part of the video before commenting, and that is to say, we're in a downtrend. Cardano is in a downtrend since this all-time high back in September. It's been lower highs. It's been resistance. There are some interesting things kind of going on in the charts that could suggest potential reversal. We had the 20-week moving average, the 20-day moving average finally cross above the 50-day moving average. Unfortunately, Cardano price did not sustain support above the 50 or the 20-day moving averages. It's okay, right? But Cardano really needs to get back above those so that these moving averages can begin consolidating and the true reversal can continue. But it really is. The 20-day moving average crossing above the 50-day is always the first step in a reversal. And you can just see, ever since we got the cross below the 50-day back here, it hasn't happened, right? So it's good to see that we got that burst of bullish momentum to the upside, but there are a lot of things that need to take place. So long story short, be very careful right now. Right? Be very careful. Cardano is still in this downtrend. And not only that, you know what's going on today as I do the video. Fed expected to raise interest rates by 0.5%. What is this going to do to the markets? And we continue to ask the questions. The global state of fear in general is just on the rise. What is that going to continue to do to the markets, right? Maybe if we're looking at this zoomed out weekly chart on Cardano, maybe these hard forks, they definitely were bullish. The Alonzo hard fork, the Mary hard fork, Shelly hard fork, definitely bullish data points. But just maybe they coincide with just bullish environments. And we're talking they really needed to coincide because the data we've been tracking is the 63-day window before these hard forks, these green windows. So is it possible that each time the hard fork was getting ready to happen, the 2 months prior, it was just a bullish environment? And are we going to enter a midterm bullish environment now for Cardano to make a similar move? So let's backtrack. And this is a video. I'm not going to show a clip, but this is a video I did in July 6, 2021. This was going into, as you see on the screen, this was going into the smart contracts, right? This was going into the Alonzo hard fork. And we were talking about exactly what we're talking about today. The title is even very similar, Cardano on high alert because of this. And this is what happened to that weekly chart. This is what happened to that weekly chart. And it wasn't a guarantee. Even in that video, I talked about how speculative it was, but this is what happened on the weekly chart. And we were tracking that because we saw what happened on the previous 2 hard forks. So now we have 3 bullish moves to the upside with these hard forks. And I'm just simply posing the question, is it possible once again? Now, if you notice, if we look at these previous hard forks, what we've really analyzed was Cardano or ADA price escaping above and away from the 20-week moving average, this green line, right? So beginning of the hard fork is back here, or not beginning of the hard fork, but beginning of this 63-day window, Cardano escaping this 20-week moving average right here, beginning of the window, Cardano escaping the 20-week moving average, beginning of the windows right here, Cardano, it took a few weeks before it escaped the 20-week moving average. Now, the question is, because we're in a kind of different environment, similar in the fact that before the Alonzo hard fork, Cardano was actually below the 20-week moving average right here. You can see Cardano below it. We're below it now. But this is the question as we enter this 63-day window. Will Cardano, at the very least, make the move, which is very typical anyway, hard forks aside, data aside, to the 20-week moving average, just above $1 right now on these charts? So the question is there a short-term run in play for Cardano? And there's a lot of different things going on the weekly charts. There's a lot of different things going on with Bitcoin and Bitcoin's charts. There's a lot of data suggesting it could be getting ready for a breakout to the upside. Could this be the perfect environment within this window for Cardano to make the break to the upside? Again, very speculative, especially in this kind of bearish environment that the world has found itself in. And especially with targets to the downside still. Remember, 200-week moving average just above 50 cents. Remember, we have a pattern target also to 50 cents. A leg down for Cardano, diverging from this really, really cool data. Like, it's very cool, right? The fact that this happened 6 consecutive times. Could Cardano diverge from that and just do the opposite? Fall to the downside? Absolutely it can. But I'd really be remiss if I didn't at least cover this and continue to talk about this in a similar fashion that we did previously in regards to this data, because the data is there in front of us. And at the end of the day, bullish or bearish, the Vasil hard fork and fundamentally what is happening with Cardano right now, it is extremely bullish. In the long-term scheme of things, what is happening right now, whether Cardano hits 50 cents, 40 cents, 30 cents, or makes a run to $2, right? No matter what it does, what's happening with Cardano and the blockchain and what it's building, and we're looking at how it's scaling in 2022, which is planned. It's part of the roadmap. This whole entire thing is part of the roadmap, right? And now that we're in this era of scalability, and Cardano is starting to really deliver, DeFi projects coming online and so many projects building, no matter what price is, I am extremely long-term bullish on Cardano. I think it's probably the best play in crypto. And I continue to say that. It is so undervalued in my view right now. And it's just my opinion. And I'm very bullish. And it could take some more patience, even more patience than we usually anticipate. And I remember 2018 bear market, it kind of was like that. It's like, when is this going to end? And it just took a little longer than I think everybody wanted it to be. And this consolidation that crypto's in right now, Cardano, Bitcoin, whatever, maybe it takes a little longer. But I think in the grand scheme of things, if we can have a macro plan, a macro vision, I think we'll do okay. And in particular, these next couple weeks or a couple months almost, I can't help but just track this data right here and see how Cardano interacts, especially as Cardano is testing these support areas in the 80 cent range that we've talked about. Remember, the 80 cent range was a target that we had out of this rising, broadening wedge. We hit it. We bounced off the target, off the 20-week moving average, hitting the target again, currently bouncing off of it. Will that support hold? I don't know, but this could be this could be a reversal consolidation as Cardano slowly begins to turn things around. So not trying to throw hopium out there. This is extremely speculative. This is not financial advice. Be very careful. These are just some of the things that run through my mind. I'm sharing with you. I'm trying to figure out my own approach to these markets, how to accumulate, when to accumulate, how much fiat to set to the side for a crazy dip, all of this. I'm in the same boat as you, everybody. So none of us know. We can only prepare. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.